Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is my girl Pickle, and she's currently in an 18 by 36 by 18 Exoterra, but she's going to get upgraded to this 125 gallon aquarium. But first we need to build that top. I start by using a chop saw to cut all the pieces down to the right length. Now I'm going to use pocket holes to join it all together. A little bit of glue, and we can pocket hole these right together. I use that second clamp in the back for something to push against while I screw in the pocket screws. Now just flip it over and repeat the same steps to screw in the other side. So I want to attach an edge under the top so that it'll encapsulate the fish tank so that the top doesn't come off. So here I'm using a Forstner bit to create holes that I can then screw down through and plug with a dowel. Here I'm using that scrap to get my depth for where I put my Forstner bit holes. Add a little glue to the top of this rail, and then screw down through those Forstner bit holes into the rail, and then we'll plug those holes with some dowels. Use a flush trim saw to trim off the top of the dowels and make them flush with the frame. So these are all the pieces to build the doors to get into the top. You'll see there's 3 doors, and the tiny one is to accommodate the heat lamp so I don't have to move that to get inside on that side of the tank. And I just pocket hole screw these all together like I did the top of the frame. A word of warning, because we're pocket hole screwing close to the end of these thin pieces of wood, it's easy to crack them, so do not over tighten the screws. So here I just rolled out some of the chicken wire I had left over from my Tegu tank build. I'll have that linked up here in the corner if you want to check that out. I just slide the doors under the wire and use a pneumatic stapler to attach the wire to the frame. Now just use a wire cutter to go around and snip the excess chicken wire from around the frame. I don't like leaving those sharp edges of the chicken wire exposed, so I'm just going to build a little frame around the inside with these thin strips of wood to cover up those sharp edges of the chicken wire. To give this lid a little softer look, I go around all of the edges with a simple round over bit in my router. Using some scrap wood as spacers, I prop up the lid doors to see what it looks like with them installed. Now just give everything a quick sand. So I clamped my router in a vise upside down so that I can make some roundovers on the little edge strips here that are going to hold the front of the door open. Be very careful if you use your router like this. Again, I want to hide the screws, so I use the Forstner bit to create a small pocket, screw down through them, and then cover it with a dowel. This lid is starting to come together. In order to install the hinges, I use this special centering drill bit with this collar that makes it easy to drill the hole in the center of the hinge holes. I'll have a link down in the description to these bits as well as all the material I used in this project. And now for some stain. After the stain dried, I gave the lid a couple coats of polyurethane to protect the finish, and then reinstalled all the hardware. Now just slide the top on and press it down for a perfect fit. In my next video, I'm going to build a custom background for this tank, so don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss that next video.